Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday. We started last Monday, so this would be day 6 in the project, giving you all an update on where we're at. All the electrical has been roughed in. Lights work, lights work, lights work. Everything's good. What we will be doing for electrical in the future is just adding in some lights when we get the layout of our living room area here. But for right now, everything is capped off and ready. I love it. It opens up the space so much, and it's so nice to see this project coming along very well. We've got the layout, general layout for our kitchen. So it's gonna be a 15-inch cabinet, stove, 30-inch cabinet, our corner cabinet, then another 30-inch cabinet, and a little cabinet over here that we've got to build because it's a weird size. And then we're gonna have that fridge there. The kitchen sink is gonna be turned this way, and then you see there's gonna be a dishwasher right here and a little island, so lots of countertop space along that back wall, and then here as well. We were gonna have the fridge over here and put the stove underneath the window, but with the fridge over here, it's just like a giant it was blocking the view of the kitchen if we had it over there because it was so tall you couldn't see the countertop and everything. So that's why we went with this layout here. We've got all of our receptacles wired up. This is the one circuit GFI protection for these other 2 receptacles here. We've got a light switch for inside the kitchen. Again, these lights will be moving in the future probably. So that's one switch. And then we've got a 3-way switch coming from over here, feeding this light right here. Our second small appliance branch circuit here for the kitchen area. We might have to put one on the countertop here. It depends on the inspector if he passes us and we're okay with not having that. Generally, you need one every 2 feet of countertop space, but if we can sneak without it, awesome. Otherwise, that one is dedicated by itself. Then we have a dedicated circuit right here behind the fridge. And underneath, you see we've got that 10-3. The reason why I pulled a 10 gauge is for just so we've got that power available here in the kitchen if we ever need it in the future. I've got a nice big heavy 10 gauge. I've got the range wire back there that we can utilize and move around if we ever have to. And just say by chance we get a new, bigger, better appliances and whatnot, we've got power here. This 10-3 though, what this is going to be providing power to is our dishwasher, which needs a disconnect underneath this sink here, and then a disposal. So we can do a receptacle, a switched receptacle for the disposal, and then the dishwasher can be on a cord and plug as that disconnect right in that island there. What we're going to be doing, one more thing that we did, we already talked about the truss hangers that we put up, so we're all good there. We can close up all of this stuff now that I've got the wires pulled across over into this wall. Luckily, almost everything was long enough, and then we just pulled in. The fridge circuit is brand new, and then this circuit is brand new. But the other thing that we did that I haven't talked about yet was this vent here. This is the intake. It was down here. I don't know why they had it low. It should really be up high in the first place. Actually, sorry, it was up high in those walls. Don't mind me. But it was over there. Obviously, we don't want it in the middle of our living room area. So what I did was cut in a hole to the basement and rerouted it. Then we're gonna put a vent up here for it. Essentially, if you've got electrical running near it, it cannot be in that same plenum space. So that's why we did this build out here. So we've got lots of I couldn't have it over in this stud space because there is a joist underneath right here. So my hole would be really, actually right here. So my hole would be really, really small. So I just moved it over here into the middle of this joist space. So it's got plenty of room for ventilation. We should have definitely enough pressure. So there's not going to be too much pressure with a smaller hole. So we've got a larger space in there for that. And then we'll put, again, a nice big vent up on top. So there's that build out. What we're going to be doing today, if you guys didn't see already, all of our flooring has been removed. Staples pulled out. We pulled out all the laminate flooring on this. This stuff we don't want to touch. This stuff we don't want to touch because it's so old. This possibly might have asbestos underneath it. So when we cut out this laminate flooring, we were sure not to cut it up into pieces. Some people cut it up into pieces so it's easier to remove, but they were just 4x4 sheets anyways, so they came off pretty easily. But this stuff underneath, this real thin stuff, looks like it's definitely original. And this house was built in 1976, which at the time, a lot of this construction material did have asbestos in it. So in your laminate is the glues underneath it. That is the asbestos part. It's like a lighter gray color, chips right off, but it's so thin that our vinyl planking will lay right on top of it. So since one, it's glued down, two, it might contain asbestos, we're gonna leave it right where it's at and call it good and lay the planking right on top of it. Today's project, brought to you by Ripley & Co., is a door. We're gonna put a sliding patio door right here in the master bedroom that's gonna come out onto a little porch that we're gonna build eventually. That's later down on the road. We're gonna start with all the landscaping that we have to do. We've got those arborvitaes to come out because they're taking up like a massive portion of the yard. We've already got a couple of ideas for the starting to lay out the garden beds, and we've got a bunch of wood out front for the garden beds too. But that's gonna be all after this stuff indoors gets completed so we can move in. A 6-foot sliding door is going in here. It's gonna start just about right here because we've got to build out the header and everything for it. We've got some micro lamb beams built for us for that we're gonna put on top because this is a hip roof on this side. So the trusses up above are running this way and are going to be laying on top of some sort of beam right here. I haven't opened it up yet, so I'm not sure, but either way, we've got to build out that micro lamb. So it's gonna provide enough support for these trusses that are running perpendicular for when we open up that wall. So what I'm gonna do is open up all the guts and everything, see what we've got there. And we've got boards ready to build a temporary wall at that point. And once we get to that point, I'll continue on this video. But lots of stuff going on. I'm so excited. It's a lot of fun. Welcome to my new home. So, cut open our wall. Built a header for our door here. I'll show you exactly what that micro lamb looks like. Right here, that's what I was talking about before, that is supporting the trusses coming across. You got your king stud on the side and your jack stud in between. Shims, making sure that your door is square. And all this Tyvek wrap right here. You add that in, a layer on top of the original Tyvek. Or behind the original Tyvek, excuse me. Staple it all in. Bring the siding back on and then put trim around the whole deal. You want to make sure you've got lots of a good seal around the whole outside. You see we got silicone. Silicone going around the entire thing, a real thick bead. And then around the whole bottom here too. All in all, it's been about not quite 4 hours with this and pretty far. It's gonna look great. be so nice to have a patio door. There was no patio door anywhere on this house before. We wanted to put it over in the kitchen there, but with that wall being so close to the garage, there's no way to do it. And since this is the master bedroom there, we figured that would be the best place for it in the home. And then we could get a little patio built out here and then have another living patio over on this side here. So yeah, it's good progress. That's where we're at right now. I will close out at the end of the day and let you guys know where we're at. All right, door is finished. Then we've got this 2x12 down here so we can build out for our patio in the future. We're just gonna put stairs there for now until we can afford to build a patio around this area here, and then extend that 2x12, put in some big heavy duty bolts all the way through to the basement. We've got an outdoor receptacle going there. Then on this side, you can't see it behind everything. I'm gonna have a switch to an outdoor light up there. And then I've got this 12-3 coming from that side, which is going to be tied into this switch over there. So when we walk in here and the light's not off or the light's not on, we can just use the switch on both sides of the rooms. So that is finished, ready for drywall and mudding and painting. And in the meantime, we have now decided that it's gonna be easier and probably worth it to get rid of these, all the old trim, all the old doors, since we're already getting new trim for the baseboard. While the baseboard trim is getting replaced, we might as well just get new doors and frames as well, since we really wanted to get new doors anyways. We were probably gonna do it in like a year from now, but doing all the sanding and painting and trim work and staining to those while they're up there and then painting around it is going to be such a pain in the butt that we're just going to take them all off. And that way, all we have to do is cover up the windows, and we're gonna spray everything. We're doing a weathered gray throughout the entire home. Spray the floor, spray the walls, and then we will roll the ceiling, since we figured it'd be easier to roll the ceiling than rolling all of the walls. If we can utilize that sprayer, there's a lot more surface on the walls than on the ceiling. Even though rolling a ceiling is not fun either, it's going to save us some time in the long run. So tonight, right now it's 8 o'clock on Saturday. I'm gonna take off all these doors here and then call it a night, because I am absolutely wiped. That's gonna close out day 6 here at the house. Saturday, 2 more days until Monday, and then we are officially a full week into it. I think we're on track for hopefully being almost finished by next week Saturday. I think if anything, we might not have the doors in yet, so we'll have to build out the doors, but everything else should be completed. All right, checking out for the day. See you guys. All right, I know I said goodbye already, but I got it all done. I tore off all of the trim around the windows, took off every last stinking door in this house here. Gone, 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 gone. Uh-oh, there's one more. That is the last window to be taken out in this whole place, at least the trim. And that's it for tonight. It is, I think, 10:30. It's coming along. Very, very excited. But it has been such a long day. Tomorrow we are going to be closing this all up. And if we've got enough time, probably drywalling some of the kitchen area, or we'll probably finish that and that vent downstairs first. And then we'll look towards getting ready for paint. So patching all of the holes around everywhere. And then eventually, as soon as that dries, we will be wet sanding or even dry sanding at this point. It's such a mess, it doesn't really matter. Sanding that all off and getting ready for paint. So yeah, another big mess. I thought we were done with it, but as you can see, we got lots of stuff here. Thankfully, I think I can get rid of this trim on Facebook or something, just making a post. I mean, it's nice trim, definitely. It's too bad that it's all going to waste, but it is just a lot of work to sand that down. It would take me several days, and at this point, it's just not worth it. I really want to get back to gardening and landscaping around here, so I would rather just spend the money on it right now and get it taken care of. So yeah, that is it. The very official end of day 6 here at the house and the remodel. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in a couple of days.